There's a strip of land in northeastern Afghanistan so narrow that in places it's barely 20 miles wide, and it exists for one reason: to make sure certain empires never touched each other. It's called the Wakhan Corridor, a thin finger of Afghan territory stretching out toward China, wedged between Tajikistan to the north and Pakistan to the south. Look at a map of Central Asia, and it looks like a mistake, a border that makes no natural sense until you understand who drew it and why. In the late 1800s, the Russian and British empires were locked in the Great Game, a decades-long contest for control of Central Asia. Each terrified the other would use local territory as a staging ground to threaten their empires in India and the Caucasus. Neither empire trusted the other to stop expanding on its own. So, in 1893, British and Russian negotiators carved out the Wakhan Corridor as a buffer, a strip of Afghan land specifically designed so that the Russian Empire and British India would never share a direct border. It worked exactly as intended for over a century. The corridor kept Russia, and later the Soviet Union, from touching British India, and after 1947 from touching Pakistan directly. It's also the only reason China and Afghanistan share a border at all. A narrow, glacier-locked mountain pass at the corridor's eastern tip, one of the most remote and least crossed borders on Earth. During the Soviet-Afghan War, the corridor became a strategic afterthought too rugged for either side to fully control. During the War on Terror, it was watched closely as a potential infiltration route between Afghanistan, Pakistan, and China's restive Xinjiang region. Today, it's a flashpoint again. China has quietly built military infrastructure near that border crossing, wary of instability spilling across the one direct link between Afghan and Chinese territory. Almost nobody living outside the region has heard of it. Fewer than 15,000 people live in the entire corridor, mostly Vakhi and Kyrgyz herders at altitudes over 10,000 feet, in a landscape so remote that parts of it weren't fully mapped until satellite imagery made it possible. And yet this sliver of mountain terrain has shaped the borders of 4 empires and 3 modern nations, simply by being the space between them. 2 empires drew a line so neither would have to look the other in the eye. 250 years of American history has its own version of these stories, the borders and buffer zones that quietly decided who got to expand and who didn't. Subscribe to You Gotta Know for the histories nobody taught you.